Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out Sabaton Bismarck, the official music video, guys. Yes, now I have to say right off the bat, I do actually know what the Bismarck is. It was a battleship constructed by Germany before World War II. I think it was commissioned in 1940, 1939, something like that. It was commissioned early on in the war, but they started building it prior to World War II, prior to their involvement. Basically, it broke a number of naval treaties at the time. Basically, these treaties were meant to keep those nations without battleships, without larger caliber munition wielding ships, without them, whereas England, France, America already had battleships, already had larger spec'd out ships, so it didn't really affect them. They weren't going to build any more, but they already had them in service, didn't have to decommission them, kind of thing, right? So Germany went out of its way and broke that treaty, you know, obviously constructed the Bismarck here, massive battleship, kind of a waste of resources when you consider it. You know, the German fleet being, of course, very, very underpowered compared, of course, to the English and eventually the French fleet as well, right? So, and I know the French fleet pretty much got blown up by the English, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, I do know what the Bismarck is. I do know the story of that. This song, have not seen the music video. I think I've heard parts of the song. I think my buddy had it playing at one point, but I have not actually seen the music video. So this is going to be sick to check out. I'm excited to see what it is, you know, to see the visuals on this. I know Sabaton does some really sick visuals in their music videos, so gotta give them credit where it's due there. So without any further delay, guys, I say we get right into this video. If you guys enjoy the reactions, hit that like button, subscribe for more content from me, and of course leave your recommendations down in the comments below, guys. I really appreciate that a lot. And of course, a big thank you to all of our members. Join our Discord if you're not in it. And without any further delay, guys, I say we get right into the reaction. 3, 2, 1, let's get it, guys.
Mighty battle cruiser Hood.
The signal comes by wireless and has spotted the plane's man.
Nice. Band's walking up to a ship here, it looks like. Is this where they're gonna play?
So, did you find the boat?
Okay, nice. Say Primo Victoria, I think that's the name of their album. Are they playing on the back of this ship? That's sick. That's awesome. I gotta say the intro right there real quick. Sorry to pause. I'm gonna try not to pause too much. Obviously I have to, you know, I'm gonna be reacting to this, so if you guys don't like that, sorry, dip. But obviously that was a very sick intro, catchy riff right off the bat, without even any vocals. And I have to say the build up too, the set design for this is pretty sick, man. Like straight up, they got it, looks like a tugboat, set up all their sound equipment on that, and I'm guessing they obviously had to do a live take for this, so they probably actually did the song, and this is just like obviously studio recording mixed in with their recreation footage, maybe, I'm not too sure, but it looks fucking sick, I have to say. Awesome work on the set design here, especially given the context. Okay. Okay, sick. All right. Okay, before we get into the next part there, I have to say, reading the lyrics too, it makes sense. Like, you know, I'm really digging the lyrics too. Melody works really great, I have to say. And also, yeah, they're talking about the Bismarck, right? Plotting its course, you know, like swing the anchor. It sounds great. Show of force. And exactly. And exactly, I want to say too, like with a show of force too, right? Like that's basically what the Bismarck was designed to do too, was be a show of force. It, again, capital ship projection for the German Navy in the early 1940s, I believe it was. It didn't fucking exist. It wasn't going to exist. There's no way they could. That's why they heavily relied eventually on their submarine, their Wolfpack tactics largely, right? Because it was effective at interdicting merchant Navy ships and also scoring killing blows on larger vessels too, with, I guess, minimal risk to German life at that point in time. And the cost of building a submarine versus the cost of course, building a massive battleship such as this is just way less, right? So when you send this out and it gets fucking, of course, detonated on its first fucking voyage, or I guess not its first voyage, but you know what I mean? It doesn't really contribute as much as it should. Its efficiency very low, and you know, obviously, I think 2,000 hands on board. You know, it's a battleship, you know, big fucking ship, you know. So yeah, I mean, they tried it. It didn't work, but goddamn, was if it wasn't a hot piece, you know, it's just sad the way it had to go out, you know. Okay. Made to rule the waves across the 7 seas, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, yeah, I love the lyrics, man. I gotta say, I fucking love the lyrics with Sabaton, right? Because it's smart lyrics too, and it sounds great. You know, I've always been a fan of, you know, power metal myself, heavy metal in general, right? And again, as I say, the first time I actually heard Sabaton was my Master Corporal back in my BMQ. You know, he played it a lot. You know, he was a big fan of Sabaton, so that's actually, you know, a lot of people enjoy it, and it's easy to see why. And especially if you are a fan of history, right? They actually do involve quite a bit of historical knowledge. Now, it obviously varies on song to song, right? Obviously, the topic of it, but again, if you're trying to learn about a specific, I guess, time period or a specific event, or sometimes a specific person, man, they do a great job of actually portraying that in song format. I have to say, like credit where it's due. It's fantastic. That's so sick. And I have to say too, I'm gonna just go back here because I want to rewatch that. It's sick, right? Yeah, obviously the way the Bismarck went down, right? I think Britain mobilized a whole task force, right? Essentially, a carrier group to go deal with that. And I believe, yeah, it was literally just, I believe these are Nimrods, I think is what they're called, for lack of a better word. No, I'm pretty sure that's actually the name of the aircraft. Basically naval fighters in a sense, but they were able to carry torpedoes as well. So they were kind of like, I guess, carrier close air support. What would you call that? Carrier dive bombers, I suppose. But they were armed with torpedoes, not bombs. So I believe they just ended up swarming the fucking Bismarck. The Bismarck was by itself without escort. Obviously, it has to rely on its own firepower, its own AA. Being swarmed by, of course, fucking 100 different fighters carrying torpedoes. Yeah, it's one or two of those torpedoes is going to hit it. And even though that may not be enough to sink it, the second it's disabled, the second it's slowed down, you have other ships catching up to you instantly. Its speed advantage of a ship that size is now instantly gone, right? So, brutal, man, brutal. But balls of steel to go out and fucking buy planes like this, you know? Actually, balls of steel. And those Catalinas as well, I saw. Yeah. Those are beautiful aircraft. Yeah. Sick how it's portraying that, yeah. Okay. Chorus goes so hard, man, I have to say. It's a really sick chorus. And also, again, I love this set design of them just playing on a fucking tugboat like that. That's cool. Visuals are sick. Oh. And yeah, eventually, again, it's actually doing a great way of portraying it in music video form, right? Eventually, yeah, torpedoes did strike the Bismarck. I believe it was a prolonged engagement over, I believe, a day of almost a full day. I can't quite recall. But basically, yeah, they swarmed it with those torpedo craft. Basically, landed a couple strikes. They encountered, I believe, it was flooding. I believe one of the strikes was to their boiler rooms, which overheated their engine slightly, so they had to reduce power to their engine. I think they reduced down to like, I think it was like 10 or 12 knots, something like that. And then the second you reduce power like that, you're not going 18 knots anymore, whatever it was. You know, you're a fucking sitting target. They're getting swarmed by, obviously now, the main fleet, or not the main fleet, but the fleet sent to tasked with killing this ship, right? So yeah, it cooked at that point, right? Like it's one ship against how many, right? And fighter aircraft as well. Again, it was a great ship, but silly how it was used.
At the bottom of the ocean, the depths of the abyss, they are bound by iron and blood.
God damn.
The flagship of the Navy.
Yeah, torpedo launchers there, yeah.
His guns have gone silent at last.
Nice. It's a sick ass rift. Okay. That was gnarly. I like that. Yeah, cooked. I have to say, man, and that's the thing too. I just want to give credit to fucking everybody who's obviously served on a naval vessel, and thankfully we haven't seen large scale naval combat since World War II, right? I guess for the Western powers, I guess Argentina, not Argentina, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess Argentina, right? Britain. You know, they went there over the Falklands, right? I think they incurred some naval losses there, but fucking brutal, and it's scary as fuck too, right? Like it's. You know, you almost look at some of these ships and like you think, fuck, it's invincible, right? How do you take something like this down? But it is possible, and you know, believe it or not, it doesn't even take a whole lot either. Like it does, but it doesn't in reality, you know. Especially when, again, you're talking the cost to produce something of this size, right, and of this power. Yeah, I would hate to be on board a ship like this as it's sinking. I'm sure anyone would, right? But again, credit where it's due. Big shout out to everyone who's served on naval vessels, because you're out there for months at a time. You're not home really at all, and you know, potentially you're risking this, and this is a fucking awful fate to me, right? So it's yeah, scary shit, man. I think there was barely any survivors too. Back into the chorus, okay. Sick chorus, man. Also, they went down, I think, in the North Sea. Damn. Wow. So the story was he was that guy that served on the Bismarck. Damn, dude. That's sick, I have to say. Let's watch at the end. War knows no nation. This video is dedicated to those who fought to the bitter end in the Battle of the Atlantic. Yeah. Again, what an awful, I guess, phase of the war to go through, right? And again, like, you know, you're going down in the Atlantic Ocean or the North Atlantic, the North Sea there. You're fucked, right? The North Sea is awful. Cold waters all the time, right? You know, unless you get pulled out of the water within half hour to an hour, man, you're done. Like, and that's being fucking very liberal with the time, I think, honestly. You know, so it's what an awful fate. But I thought that music video was sick. Honestly, I thought that was a great music video depicting, of course, the sinking of the Bismarck, what took place there. The lyrics matched up great, made a lot of sense. And again, I have to give credit to Sabaton here. Like, again, making great music. I know this is one of their older songs, I think 6 years ago. Yeah, one of their older songs. But again, great music about historical events, either battles or people, or, you know, certain I guess events taking place in history, right? Everything I've seen from them so far has been sick. I know we've only reacted to 2 videos on the channel. I'm trying to stick away from the ones that I obviously, of course, haven't seen, right? But yeah, no, this is fantastic, right? And yeah, I've heard a little bit of their music, of course, from my buddy, but I think I'm going to start listening to them more and more. So I'll try not to listen to too much, because I do want to keep reacting to them, because it's fucking, again, it's sick, and I do want to share that with you guys, right? But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the reactions, hit that like button, subscribe for more content from me, and of course leave recommendations down in the comments below what you guys want me to react to next. I know a lot of you guys like these music reactions, so yeah, I'll keep doing them if you guys want to see more. So yeah, big thank you to all of our members, all of our Hastati, our Triarii, our Principe, Dagenhart, of course our prefects, Andrew, Hobbit, Psychotic Ducky, and B-Coon. I appreciate you guys. Come join our Discord if you're not in it. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, without any further delay, this has been Centurion, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.